Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've had enough to ponder on yesterday's message. Well, here's another priceless one coming your way today. I'm Ifeoluwa Olusoya, and I'm here to tell you today that you should quit making excuses. Well, it wasn't my fault, or I don't know how. It probably wouldn't have worked anyways. It could have been worse even. I'm too busy. How often do you find yourself doing this? People who make excuses are seen by others as unserious and lazy set of people. And even though this isn't applicable to everyone, as some excuses could be genuine, it shouldn't be all the time, or most time even. Of course, making excuses isn't a bad thing at times. There are times where we make excuses, but most times we should fasten our belts and face whatever it is we are supposed to face. We all sure can relate to the comparison between the results you get when you procrastinate and the results you get when you rationalize and do things on time. Instead of procrastinating or making excuses, I believe there are some ways in which you can get over with this. To begin with, to set your priorities right. Yes, you have to organize your priorities. You crack whatever large or uncomfortable steps into manageable pieces. It can be almost related to as mapping out your scale of preference in economics. Without further ado, what exactly is organizing your priorities? You're probably the one who doesn't even know what a priority should mean or what it should look like. Well, that's quite easy. Just ask yourself, what's more important to you right now? Expanding your finances, succeeding academically, improving the quality of your relationships? Excuse making is the result of conflicting priorities. When you feel you don't have a system for making decisions, the tendency is to just go with whatever feels best in the moment. You have to pick it out according to their importance. You can clear this up by defining what your priorities are. The purpose is to aid when one event conflicts with another. If you have to decide between working on a school project or going on a date, you need to look at your priorities. Which ranks higher, relationships or academic success? Priorities clears up the need for excuse making, since it simplifies decisions with conflicting values. With priorities, it's important to define your major focus and minor focuses. A major focus should get the benefits of any extra attention you have to devote to it. Minor focuses shouldn't be abandoned, but your goal is to put them on autopilot, so most your mental energies are devoted to your major focus. Then, you should also learn how to break down the barriers of discomfort. Getting your priorities all jumbled up is a big aspect of excuse making, while on the other hand, unwillingness to step into uncomfortable situations is another. We should be ready to step out of our comfort zones too. You sure don't expect a footballer who wants to go home with the ball for scoring an hat-trick in a match, eating chips in his couch all week, the one before the match of course. He can afford it, but he knows what he wants and he'll practice to get it. One thing we should be aware of is that success in almost any field requires taking risks and facing failure. You want another way you make excuses? You find easier tasks to do and excuse your procrastination. Yes, you. You really think taking the easier route would result in bigger results? Of course not. To be frank with you, the route that seems easy right now might end up being the toughest towards the end of the journey. Else, you lose your time wasted searching for fast lanes. You can't kill a chicken and expect to eat a cow. It doesn't work that way. Your route determines your results. Not necessarily the cliche hard work is the remedy to poverty here, but then you can't sit in your comfort zones and expect results, except someone earned it on your behalf already. And trust me, no one sat in their comfort zones and earned anything. The fix here is to break down uncomfortable steps. Laziness is just another manifestation of fear. So if you can't take the next step, break it into smaller pieces you can handle. Sometimes, however, a step can't be broken down. You either need to face it entirely or not at all. In these situations, you need to get leverage on yourself. The next time you catch yourself making an excuse, ask yourself, does this fit within my priorities? If it doesn't and you still find yourself making excuses, ask yourself, is there any way you could push yourself through the next step? You have to own up to your decisions and quit making excuses. I really hoped this seeped right through ourselves and we are able to fix an aspect of our lives with it. Thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe. We'll meet again tomorrow. Stay tuned and glued.